Здорово, мешки.
Kimin nabite de?
Budak tawar kabar.
А чё в починке-то? Зачем?
Мясо. Хорошо.
Да, ну. Я уже устал умирать.
Играй.
Ага. Не получается.
Все просто. Не умирай и все.
Ага. Легко сказать. Ай. Не так-то сильнее, чем я. Если лучше сильно победить друг друга, останутся слабые.
Abah sejak sebabnya aja. Benar,
Пизду.
pinjamin dulu dapat kita ras. Terus kata sudah.
Terus kata ты лыбда.
Aha.
Да ладно.
Бля.
Он откуда у тебя?
Отсюда, с зеленой метки. Че, подымите, успеете, нет?
Mereka geldi.
Я понял. Не успеете.
Орду дохуя. Ебаный. Hilahkan dah baca.
Mana kan mereka bikin. Kelbi dah beli tu hilang.
Terus kata nggak gitu. Хорош.
Beli tu bikin dah ya bana.
Suka itu.
Ini dia lah. Kita.
Orada nokta istedi tutu günleri. А? Orada nokta istedi. Челлендж. Топ-1 шанс и ОВП. КС2 за 7500 твой. Топ-1 лар челлендж. Баутур. Так, ошибки надо. Ладно. Короче, челлендж педлер. Топ-1 лыха надо. Выживай, дыха. Вадя. Он ловлес жестко выживальщик ТРГП. Он находи ханат. Так. Olur öyle gibi bence bu motosiklinden 5000 sonra 10 000 metrов aynı yere. Поехала. Daha kurak da stream lazım diye. Kabratın alırız. Arinalın. Yarasanlar o. Общий минер her. Bağlar. Götler.
Bir yere heller götürmek. Bir yere heller.
Anladım.
Ağzına. Ayın gitti. Öyle. Ulan sana.
Zuk zuk zuk. Telefon adı var. Kontroller.
Kırın kırın.
Когда вы проиграли?
Saski kallay.
Bir.
Ne var öte?
Sakha.
Bunda.
Satan стоят так. Пойдет, да? Benim bacana bu kadar ho. Arazı gahatı. Atan. Onlara geldikten hayal deyip duruyorlar.
Ne vardı? Ne var ya peki?
Oo zaybis. Zibis.
Dur bakayım. Ma roh bir hayal. Yara, keleş.
Betul berakalın kala. Bırak. Hası. Burada bırakmış işte. Bıraktı. Bıraktı. Hadi. O bile Ramazan tınç toğuz biz. İdi güçlüktür eller. Ramazan'la. Bırakacağız kanat. İyi kalladı. Oldu takım. Drop kodu.
O da kubaran kelek mesafede de.
Sabar gasta çak. İyice.
Buna kanan akarate. Abes.
Çok uskay prigara digar kaytar alın. Baka haydiler bak. Biz. Beğenme.
Abes.
Highlight kavatı.
Nasıl çöz bir daha kana var?
Bas, raha.
Ne var şimdi?
Метка рободан направление.
Bu karantı dam değil. İyi ki her
Aha, doğru vardı. Batur, kerek in barda. Utan.
Bas silahtan takla patı. Zey ben nasıl?
Gör. Hadi buradan Ali.
Ayağım da hara vardı. Bu
Adan kaçtıraçtıra. O, burada ya.
o.
Так, sonra kaçıyor. Dur. Это нахуй.
Lakin.
Mona.
Açık çuvasa da bu bana bak. Orada niye düşüyor?
Hadi teptere kali buralar milik bitelik bu.
Bela bahasa tarik dulu.
Bizde sarah battı bile. Çok asat.
Böyle kavullu alın ya.
Arası diyor. Gimana kıvılla. Noktuğun da var hıllan takın.
Malah debes.
Aha. Kötü olan burada.
Bir drop emi bırak.
Dakika hayat pat.
Kalksa da.
Aha kıvılla bu bile. Sonra şetka oynamasına kendine hacım kan abi. Bıçak salga kıvıldı var neyim de. Nakanu çok dedi. Kız duaga AWP за 7500 diyor.
Заебись. Коряк полно.
Oh.
Ana alır.
Так, восьмеркам бар. Танк надо, танк. Tamam, tamam da açayım. Evet, mutan. Bunu bu buradan zıldayla çıkmalı.
Там мана аришь, что?
Kayga usul kaldı. Я новил маковить.
Göbüs. Göbüs.
Anti alıyım dedi böyle. Lakin tabii. Bak, darabaş patronun. Bir beten taka darabaş patronun cahcı kutusu.
Ini kita rawit ah.
Ada.
İkilinden ne tarayıp hatta.
Olehin o boyunu. Cahcı. Anyan kari.
Короче, mandık tuğa kalalar yapıyor. Böyle ilkinde kana hem bir adiyin kuy kalalar öyle ikilinden nar ete kanalar. Tipa. Çaçanan sıkıhından ete. Benim bıraktım onu.
Короче, бидde bata takana kene lalan kenan ikide tatta. Tupletta.
Oh, bidde batagel. O kameran bidde tar. O kameran ikide tekah bilahara tedin.
Aşırı deme morun aja.
Dostum kurduk. O kameran o kanitten mandık ittere bitem ya bu motoru tokar kaçta eder bitem. Ne короче di to.
Atak.
Bidde ta maran onu her takan antun je kita pakan bidde tar bitem.
Da. Короче, наверняка hayan var bile. Andan kilen saktına babang kita tantera. Tuş noktaların kana.
La öte jaraktan yakın ada bitem.
Na, arkada ince pa. Zona var da ibarat kaç. Oyalmak o alaklı.
Olmak var mı?
Arka bıstıraya.
No.
Так,
Bu arabışnay.
vardım. Aynen atıldı.
Namasına var da.
Ben nasıl hadden?
İyi haber açtın.
Hatı geldin.
Wa kuy da takwa sırga bila zay balna.
Ayakkabılara var.
Sanara lewe etiyor bana ne.
Orang ada mata itu.
Kirka ida devna tak sekar kan.
Ne deme?
Rumah nada tuh waktu.
Rumah bistray dah.
Aha.
Alaban. Lagi. Bagi lo samba yılışı.
Ini tiada apa.
Cek taran harinan. Daha suka horo.
Oh, itu Apa?
Kastana alarım ba. Wallahi ni rakamalarını aja. Bila lewetten bari kapı tergiye.
Nah, orang kan lagi mungkin.
Kodum.
Malam nah. Ada belah. Tolong kabar batu. Ini kan pak.
Robda kahinna.
Dah, terus.
Сука, hayman
Bas.
giralot. Блять, теперь геттим. Сейчас ног, зона, заебись. Батур кот. Зона хай турар, дихат турар.
Ada belah.
Aja dah. Sangat ngerti.
Ada. Giga.
Gördüm. Apa storalatlar, блять. Hava geldi. Nahı başı oy yürütüyor bana aldı bu TV.
Oto sih tuh lah, betul kimi jatuh kimi sih jinar kas teras tuh betul. Nah, tertokta tadi.
Ben hoppar di hava bıkkın diye gidiyor kanka takı davra.
Ini bus pun lah tunjuknya.
Onun için daha lap.
Ini kalau tuh menjadikan nama berapa?
Ben not yeni hemen tokladım detayı. Para bakalım da. O kadar bastırıyor rakam. Hadi amala. Geldim. Karta. No. Coba teh halam mandal bes. Counter öyle diye ne yaptın? Latte balık kıyı hayım. Ders var bitti.
Bir squad. Ne alırlar bana?
Bir gansı kötü bazı da. Öldüm.
Kami network mana kalian tuh saja.
Atın ki.
Ini. İki squad var şöyle cana.
Da. Liba nahal bak bitten daha çabuk burada.
ileri. O tuh karanlık tuh hani yer kudu eller di
Ah.
salah.
Короче, Кристин.
Apa?
Hocam sas
Dokuyalar evi teman.
What?
Dokuyalar evi toka. Kendi ver. Jelerge. Kırıkı jelerge, çahani jelerge.
pot. Önceki düzü kaladım. Anlarangılar 2 squad. Beremez kötüş bittere bitti. Hadi Allah'lar.
Taraftan ne alır?
Şubatı meyka. Bu iki teste kırıcı. Katestarga da. Doktor. Meyka 4 hasta.
Birin kare bana. İkiz de kada.
Aha.
Bilmeye kata kadar. Yakan var abi. Ben kendi öldü de ne öldü.
Allah'a atın ki yine haydım. Yühe varışı dağın.
Ne var gider giki. Bir kimin anne var.
Verin.
Bas.
Eren neler var diyinde.
Aha.
Fırlat. Deyin kayış kalı yatır. Kapattım.
Bir döya aldı.
Döytüm ben kiyin. Düş.
Baba sen de dük iyi var ya.
Var bilevin. En kiyin döytüm.
Düştü kablat.
Ha, karan turarda.
Bila zebana kabla karan tur.
Kalan turarı kini kırışa da.
Diyor kırış ha.
Ha bilen bilbepim bu. İki seski var diye hani.
Diyor kanat gibi.
Bak en yer döğedir. Bir iki GIGABYTE var onu bir diyor bak.
Kimin turara geldim.
Hı.
Bravo geldi.
Ha. Bana bari bit kiyete.
Ben ne baharsan neydi? Beni büyükten bana andır. Balar turur batlar batı kehillerin. Öyle mi derdi?
Atım da bir istabatım mı?
Hmm.
İkinde bir istabatım değil. Bu anak ne ait? Abas. Durun taptar bunlar lekin nata.
Billah.
Yine bile.
Ehe. Tak.
Bilsin sağ ol.
İyi bitter döner anlam. Bir de hastari.
Bilmedim. Olak da la. Allah takbir davay. Hay.
Mungkin bar kanları. Ühe.
Diyor.
Allah rahat ehir kurduk emedanı.
Nanti nikah turara öldü. Neydi? Bunlar. Dinle de öğütüm et ka. Mungkin ölüler bata.
Ben ölerdim ha.
Vibe oldu.
Vibe.
Vibe.
Şu manahı oldu gibi.
Nanti bu canlar. Barıllar böyle akti.
Bar öyle böyle.
Kadar.
Ya.
Ini karena öldürüyor tabii.
Bastığı taski kanlara hatar o. Betere manna da yipirim. Bu hatar. Barbatak falan.
Tamam.
Abos. Ballar yapatta. Jeken yer hılan barım. Badur herner karakter.
Onlara bir sarkıttan hadiler diye.
Da joltaytan. Bilmedim karakter.
Onlara ikisi de...
Abas say bal bled. Слева мне валыр, көрүңөр.
Ya, büyük
300'ten kantalara. Je kiralar harazı var.
Niye kiralayayım? Zona. Lanet bir zona.
Var ya cidden. Bakın.
Atıtlar bitti. Bir de bittim. İsa jallarım. Banda 2 kişi var.
Manda galla bu dekki. Android'deki kamera var ki. Либо за забором.
Şu.
О, бля. Рядом мутант.
Belbet ki istiyor. Ondan sakha ha.
Bir mandanlara var.
Bakayım diyor bu pata. Ne? Dur aslında.
Zor alavatlar.
Duydu bir.
Это через дорогу? Через дорогу?
Ага. Заправка. Автосервис.
Слева там браттыр. Слева там браттыр дым.
Ти улахан жагам бар.
Ага. Слева там турар хүйренер. Biz de saraqtan atallar. Zaybal. Ola qaraqdan da kidoyt.
Masına gelmeyen ne hatar? Ne gideceğiz latarda?
Allah.
Haydiler böyle.
Doktoralaştılar. Oğlum ne var ki? Qaraqdan tarkini görbəpəm. Evet, qarabda. İşe göstərdi.
Ama sıkıştım şöyle. Bile bu kadar kahas ceyip. Zayıflan lan. Barı dırkın. Zonu bir yere sorar. O link ederler. Bizi betanlık.
Pretse alayım ben de şey. Bu atır tabii. Bля, dördüncü abone üyenin.
Bu timlik var abi.
Bileceğim.
Latarda. Aba, sulattaran bana kuruyor tante hadi. Pizza bolsa.
Batur durur min kayım. Görüyorum. О, босс. Да и канады, короче.
Ну, захан жаға баралыпсың, надо была.
Да. Тедю. 4х надо мне, 4х. Хотя бы. Х надо. Bakalım cacıkla. Alayım. Hangi halaklar dedi. Gereklidir.
Teka en başı o biç.
Ne altta var.
İşte.
Bu taraf teka. Nasıl bırakayım? 3 var. Büyü bırak.
Bu ses X var.
Bu budur. Fotoğraf bir. Andak zona bir yerde bana topla hadi kanadı bana. Ata hekla da. Eyvallah.
Bak gibi deyala.
Aha. Metka da ettim biri. Anton şöyle daralır. Şöyle ballar.
Nanna kasuçka. Bu
Hocam.
dinledim. Afşa met sakha met.
Azı bis.
O da hadi de biç. Hazır. Onu bir hafta servisler bit kanalı bir rastır.
Ama bu hüren yeller. Diyeyim.
Aa, yine haydiler. Let.
Anladım.
Bir anlat
Nah kesiga turbukum.
Atı bütün yine ne
Aa.
uyandır bu.
Заправка сюда валом стоит. Контентларда заправка была.
Anlık bu oldu. Bir uşaklar hadi. Nasıl şileyim ama.
Шлемов пиздец, наверное. Kim yaptı hasta diye? Yediler. Allah. Harcalardım. Kiriye. Allah'ım.
Ya zona var bu da bitti.
Abi. Pot
Gaz.
pot. Boost'tanın ona sırf. Олейн ığıllan kalbi teypattı. Хули пуштури дивно. Право, да, уходим.
Bırak yiyeceğim ben de. Sıkı bu ceygan kiyde. Nününden takara olur.
Блядь, комментатор. Allah razı olsun.
Hadi bırak. Ulan tabi.
Tıraqtın tıllar, блядь, tıraqtın. Sırıfta. Нихуя. Пойдал бы по тебе. Зона на кармак.
Öte bile ki zonatan ağınladı.
Bilek iyi diyeyim.
Ilıtlar bütün yintiler ağızlar bir ki. Bırak siya kata şliyema hova fidye sonu karattım. Bir de hacker etilanma.
Üspütçe bir yere dışarı. Dara. Sahалыы tangahallım. Bak sütüyor orada. Haddana vekiller değindin yer. Здесь магнитоном.
Ne de? Konkorna da. Bir dige.
Evet.
Bir oğlu aldık ya.
Dirka. Дырявый. Дырявый девте бардут. Батыр.
İşte
Лолка ден тугу кашыдаутын сада хокта. Приложение. Короче, Discord копията, он запретата туга да хокулалиш, короче. Тохтната заебись. Олна кашыдар.
Запрет hayatına cigine.
Там запрет им баралла удобно.
Büyütür dedi.
Kim dedi?
Лолка английская.
Логика вот так.
Лойка ду лолка дент. Лойка дент.
Здорово, здорово.
Здорово.
Nasıl bagdan ki dedi.
Bagdamın.
Otu büyük kime ki de bıraktı. Büyük gibi dedi. Играет кен такого да делали.
Просто ньютон колбаса.
저 등견이 길어os. Üspüt. Ya tabi.
Батыр ден ол ба.
Doğru. 길어os. Ben sıkıntı nerede? Çözüyorum. Bu cevaplar böyle hatta.
Haqiqada.
Ballar da oturman da. Ballar böyle.
Kim ne hoga? Kampat mı?
Блин. Абыс.
Zona var. Burası gibi ya kamera kullanıyorum.
Бига алалбат не вид көзрегә. Увелмак пад. Увеличенный магазин.
Алло.
Владимир, здравствуйте.
Здорово.
Я завтра отдыхать хочу. Отсюда поговорил, может завтра выйти.
Артур выйдет, да?
Ну, выйдет, я только что позвонил. Лето, в Владимире, пятерки будет не хватать мне сегодня. На пару дней.
Там
Примерно, да, 5 тысяч. 5 или 4.
Там, да. Он на 6х пад.
5, грубо говоря, 5.
Ага.
Ты же этот, алименты что, платить не собираешься?
Не буду укладывать даже и все. Ну, когда я во вторник, надо понедельник, записать понедельник, во вторник по воскресенье я посмотрю, буду. Я хватит. Тебе отдать хватит и ну, я посчитал, ну, хватает, короче. Ну, вечером позвоню.
Bunlar geldiler dikeler.
Geldiler. Vaya.
Böyle. Aha. Ne tepeliler de?
Кем я был? Этого его не добивал олень, блядь. Ай, дурак ты. Аллара. О, я. Ай, бата. Өсі бар бұғыла.
Öldük yine.
Өсі бар. Анда бифте атығында. Өлбек кейіне дейдер, сует әбет. Арақтары қалықтырыз. İhtin deyten ben ketestim diyor. Ondan ketelastım. Çok harazı gelen de bittim bas. Siz koynayak et.
Yerler.
Koynayak et.
Kalan yerleri. Billah.
Neymiş?
Billah. Haraz baran. Asık ne? Çöde hükünde. Kana var turur silbit.
Ayağı bolup da. Fok de.
Bu da.
Buraya nere vardı? Ülüyor babalaş dedi.
Ol atın tokka oda. Ol tokka da uruk hükünde batak.
Bu kuleydi bela.
Biraz bir daha yapın da. Bom desi bina. Tapi korupnya baru akan tiang.
Min bullana. Hayır ki loot para bulu. Kavala'da.
Bir şey diğer varlar be. Yok la.
Bitir beti. Уелмак быстро это добавил. Лишний да.
Обычный бар.
Bu bahar bir doktor.
Zona harapat ne?
Drop yer bela patlar. Ne bela şunu kadın.
Twitter dönem bada.
Ameliyat kıldık tabi. Kavala vardı. Bıraktı ne?
Twitter anlayar. Bana geldi. Sahалыы жилетте ахвол. بتحكي خلنا لها تري باتر.
Батыр.
Motor filter şey.
Да бушар өдеп техматылыр шыбаулы. Чупа-чуп сүрдер. Бәһәр бакырыкта хиге Кстати, ким ден карта ты? Аллара справа пиздец вам короттарда. Короттак биле. Не баскөрөктарда. Ол онно короче хам өдүтөр тема. Онтон олорун хайтылап. Онно этого бастауттара короче лох бихен хайданнар. Пиздец.
Риттан нади.
Во. GIGABYTE. Вот. Tamam. Ben not. Güzel down oturur. Az ses kalır. Смерка надо бiter bak.
Тут уже 6х рюкзак падза, рюкзак.
Так, 6х бар, рюкзак, лыркаба. Так, патронlar bunulayım bileyim.
Сага глушак.
Var. Şey buldum. Bul. Şöyle var dakika. Bunda 4 глушак картифат. Аптека. Elbette ya.
Чуть.
Bir большой да хотел.
Var bir dakika. Компенсатор.
Shit лахава. Shit. Daha kadar tehlikeli var. Shit'i mandık. 2 shit daha. Anladık bak biri de geldi çok öyle de open'tan. C'lerge. Trigonikler bırakallar. Kaç olmadı bartın roska. En totallar.
Зона. Судья, категория, да?
Угу. Может повыше, левее.
Mesela kanı tıktavdı. Yol turdu.
Kim hoparda avta kastara bu kartta.
Bildim. Намет пар, тол мене фуналай хемере. Намет калия.
Так.
Батат. Такси яна хин лохан епот. Багажнига.
Bir dok gene karatada. Dok meska gene. Oturmasına. Hatta.
Çöktür de.
Bakalım. Masda toktau diye.
Bas bağlar abi bata. İtikinde batak neydi?
Masdaları var mı ne kadar şey? Allah Allah. Allah razı. Abbas.
Ayo, apa di belah bro? Jangan enak, nah itu tuh. Mungkin.
Haydi begini.
Kini hay betul, itu kini haydiler.
Hep nanti alırım. Abam. Hadi.
Sprawa galla.
Bakıyorum falan var. Bu ana sistemde her yer var. Hadi aptekan adam. Kan hoa tawa. Lat. Bak payları yapatı. Ses koyun hadi kata bastı. Lat sahan olur bitiyor bakın bortlar. Gandon.
Ha? Öyle al.
Full squad kalla.
Şu yara. Bu oktan kiren durar da.
Ara bitti.
Batak da.
Hadi. О, бля, золотой торт, кстати, обычный треугольник-то. Теперь наконец-то Мирама. Алсой тор түсті. Бұл батын да батыр.
Доста.
Сандо. Талоса. Сан ары жиге болу да. О, дохпа я. Санналара.
Stan! Gusto na likod is.
Kamu sandım. Pus iyi olurdu. Karardı ya. Üst squat.
Bananlarından vardı. Üst bananları. Ama bля atmış.
Kimya çok
Üst nahуй.
kimya çok festivallarda. Hayatın.
Dibinde. Nanti ispan bir de etki down.
Padahal tayo tulisan ya. Atau baruan hack sama tulisan ya. Habit anak di bakal.
Смырушка.
Да не туда, блядь. Ебать.
Банан ты любишь лишь.
Вот почти.
Лопат. Блядь, блин, кто мне такое?
Это.
Böyle bakdan katahin sahan turarı.
Bagdan mı? Korkta.
Nasıl burada hop turarı. Bildi. Хорош. Çat. Bu kirpişkanı kalavatın başı. Nasıl bir tane rakım.
Bu bananga korktadı. Var bitti baktık ise.
Bu manna hajar bir ki. Ya bula kıştı.
Gördüm ha.
Allah tabda.
İstana istedi.
İstanna.
Ay a. Abbas. Ne kaldı?
Var.
Öyle mi? Bağlısta.
Gelince.
Hoş. Bu nedir yine billet? Android занимает вардами. Не ставим. Hara.
Alas kantan. Ne canına.
Bu da. Mantan da.
Öteki ya.
Başka ters gitar bir.
Sastım. Bagdan ameliyatları aldık dolakta. Burası durum.
Bir nok var.
Basit este.
Aha. İki barısı. Bunun da bir iftihati var. Bir hata kastım. Ooo, bakın üstüne hata.
Hayır. Belau tuh. Belau roller muter, dia soal muter batu dan. Ini kayak jangan batakin. Lah.
Zonda kalla.
Orang itu kaya roller ada terus.
Karao betul. Так, дым короче.
Четко var.
Блин, блядь. Ondan ok. Kodda bir masandan. Nasıl ne? Dur orada. Ötüyen.
Evet.
O. Kihite la Allah.
Kas so hilbe üst kendi. Hilbe üst.
Kır-
Var.
O te dayet açtı la Allah. Uspeyden torba di masandan gastadı. Bu toraları ılık attı biter olur bitir ha.
Varlar desilana.
Hı hı.
Ya
Oo.
de bela. Jihar kira pun kita. Kan kan. Stroika.
Basayım. Bitir sonra kadar.
Zaybang. Betul dah. Bas.
Bahadır kayıcı evet. Bak.
Bukan pasti narakin tu.
Oradan. Override.
Bukan hot.
Oradan pakai darah. Wajah. Gas.
Min yılım. Adnan yani evet bunlar. O bustamı da. Onun da bütün
Hadi jetonları gidin nahmet tutturdum öyle oldular. Karlayı kendilerim. Şuhi tutturdum bu. Bizim rahatsız. Babu.
Kenari kayak mana? Mabes.
Çeşitli.
Sen ne narik tarih itu?
Çiçeğin ev halde.
Завтра отдохну, албуяр кембар, где-то сохранишь. Бестин чайта ехать, туда-сюда заебал.
Жизнь хороша, да? Bir gün.
Ехим батан. Отдохнем. Тоски-то.
Yeni bir DNA'lara. Narkoman ya. ahal mı? Bağlar da.
Ne vallahi gördüm baş.
Я такая же хуйня, Дина. Так. Дай.
Dur kata ya havutun ne çıkalım jike. Ya bak. Tan
Bunda.
ne kadar bala. उसके तरफ ला किनारे बहाला.
Tutup tuttu.
Şu yahanan aham. İfka stakay.
Onunla
İfka bir desmiyorlar bu. Ne yağlı böyle.
hukkanı baha hava takkan yapacağız. Şu dükce yarıyor. Tabii bir skener. Organizm.
Elektrobel почти kanalım bu.
Hatta ne ol? Intoxikasyon mı hatam bu oğlum? Ağıldım.
Gigitan.
Neyse.
Vampir kuduk. Günü Allah'a göre vampir. Kesinlikle hatar kuduk.
Tengah di dak sama di da. Tenjekin. Shipi gini aja mah.
Bırak diye halanlar aja. Abanan.
Raktehi kada bitta cha. Ben Anglis kay azush kala Obama men raktehi kada pen. YouTube kata translation hayal. Bos nihaya diyorlar.
Şimdi hoş bu bana. Bırak da bana.
La bileyim ya. Apa balları bittim bunları bu. Kim tüyünü kaçtı? Tüyünü kaçtı. Ha.
Evet.
Üyeren oldum de.
Bu global meraklı gibi.
Bla bol bitirişten.
Ne var ya? Zerat 2 smash oldu bu işte.
Bastırım tüyünü. Hettetten de. La bileyim. Onu kadar. Pedisi genau den второй. Bu altı komandasına kabul. Liste bastık hecalar.
6 smash. Ha bastı maçı.
Drop jugas.
Good.
Last.
Kırık değil görenlere bitti. Bugün bitti. Benim nahım, kayım. Ne yaptın kadar olacak? Six nerede?
Var. Baturka var.
Buradan dansa da. Gidiyor hala.
Tamam. Ini pata ki dahanyanan onyorgun nanan. Oldu ülha. Diyecek oldu oğlum.
Çünkü de.
Ben final bitti.
Bunu kalmadı. Böyle. Hanga bas 6 smash hanga lan. Hatta hanga oldu.
Twitch kara hatta.
Ini Twitch program. Twitch berapa? Twitch bir Twitch tidak.
Bisa.
Twitch ber.
Twitch'te orada üst şkola aktarım.
Twitch ko. Info yanlar var.
Kulüs bu batın da var ya.
Oh, bunyi ne?
Ровно bu kirer koordinatı ter drop istedi. Drop kaydı. Pamas.
Apa singkat ini kan tadi?
Kat po batita.
Bunu unuttum. Bunu kuzey beta.
Bagim PGC kene. Bir bulakta fin.
Minus var ki ne? Güzel.
Yani min drop lutadım. Evet. Aduta zona. Zona bu. Bot yer turacaklar bakıyorsun mu?
Tamam. Example hacklar atıyor bunlara.
Example haydiler öldüler.
Ini kan berarti işte.
Mhm.
Oy aneh.
Bahis
Eh?
bu.
Dehis puldur bola. Gördün.
Batur kıraktayı karaçın da PGC'yi. Bugün de kıraktayı karavar. Bardı bu. Sana loika var.
Virtus Pro na po yan. Dua da mo. Kaya gusto na business. Tara kim ba diri? Virtus Pro na hindi ka kaya lang na. Ay, bao na. Bilit zona. Kuyahan ka da.
Bir aptek otomaran buran istemezdi.
Rehat ordular battı da. Gastan evinde.
Askolatan
Karena
Prolar melat. Ini ka.
ödülette bana anladılar da kadar.
Nasıl da?
Daya bu ki.
Mana kisah jalan. Kalau tanda.
Mera. Itu ki himennya ketulama pupala fatta.
Ini kau ya.
Hara. Askollar kendi biten kalırlar oğlu. Batur kendi biten karar.
Baktın mı? Bizden aholi bile.
Remont var da.
Bak uyu doktor yapıp.
Чё остался первый, блядь?
İyi soğuttun.
Bakalım aslında.
Честно говоря, не, бля, халала бы ты, собака дикая.
Ya Allah harapın Allah.
Randa. Ne yapapıl aldım demek bir şey.
Blash link attı. Onu hamur sileyim bıraktım diye. Bitter batıcı.
Bizde süt kelabıtta var. Pitnasat X'den total apa nih temen beli.
Ay nama apa tadi?
Aynı ka. Mere harazı. Tidak rastin atakut. Tidak rast.
Tamam. Mere tahu.
Suka sepeda var.
Apa ya? Bunlar.
Ben de tuğ. Dia tapi var bende. Böyle remont nerede? 100 lemon pizzaya geldi. Rorokları kavutta.
Benim doktor bu kaleler bu kendi bitir bardağında bu kaleler oluyor hafif.
Tana budu değil.
Аллан kökü.
Bir kendi bütün kadar var dur bakalım aslında.
Onlara bir işi bitmiyor ya. Buyur. Bunu gitti. Ben öyle akıl pizdes bile.
Sağ dur da.
Min turun badan da.
Hemen.
Turun rakun da. Pizdes sikayun. Çıkıta.
Kamsa hata almışlar.
Hatun.
Billah razı ettim.
Asist.
Santron tekrar.
Orta sana turun tastan etilat mı? Bu ergen kelim.
Aa. Ya Allah bilir. O pidaras Jeremy. Hemen. Ölme. Живи.
2 kaldı.
Ama cihaz sığırına bir keyifli. Хорош! Хорош. Buradan haydi.
Хорош.
Ama...
Чувашка мешоктар бит да.
да.
Эмтет.
Niye bir zaten.
Aa.
Ulan recycle da. Hem behemasına da korkmasına bak böyle.
Kaynalın.
Aa böyle. Gelen mehdiler zı. Abi.
Hadi böyle kaybara. Hari prawe kar. Prawe.
Kita berkara.
Kihin rimon na ka bita. Budayis.
Remon to bir bakayım ya. Olursa da.
Ben hiç barang yang namanya barang kenal. Barang yang ada.
Bir rakabı da.
Bunda da.
Oh, bir rakabı da. Timiri de on var rovna billah.
Alan yok.
Tunjuk kami bang.
Uğraşlar.
Abas. Kan gitu.
Oh, bu taraftan reis. Inte maska nету быки. Ey bağ billah. Mast ya man. Billah gene hadar mehdiler. Billah ne bilmiyorum. Nga abda mahangar tuwari. Захват, то все эти. Сцена 2, захват окна. Канавет.
Это начало как раз-таки First Blood в исполнении игроков команды Virtus.pro. Хорошая хаешка, кстати, много урона, но она не помогает. Последнему игроку команды DN Super делу выжить. Они же начали с подкарауливания ДНСа. Они же ДНСа убили одного. Virtus.pro на заготовочке. Собственно, и сейчас пониманием того, дрались ДНС с Team Liquid. Смотрим карту спотов. Team Liquid с ДНСами заявляли сюда. Они просто приехали, их убили. Это великолепный, грамотный, разумный, эффективный мув. На старте заработать плюс.
Чтобы PUBG российские выдеры, что ли, ебал.
You see a plane like this come up, the chances kooky for sure.
Two shotguns and an Uzi as they surge forward. Same for the teams up on the top. 4am took the high ground. VP took the low. But I just think, you know, Blank hit another nail on the head. 4am didn't have the blue backpack. They mistimed their initial blue tap so they could start their heals sooner. And you could tell it's one of those things you train for and you try to practice, but you don't know where your boost bar is going to be at that point, right? Like no one trains for a 5/10 boost bar with a 75% health. Rating with 2 seconds left on the blue close. Like that's a tough thing to practice, so I totally understand. But VP knowing to just go for that backpack and make it easy was just next level thinking by Nixie to remember that in the heat of the moment, right? Because it's easy for me to sit here and be like, yeah, I'd make that call. Would you? When you're pushing a city surrounded by 4 teams, blue zones closing, finding the right weapon, like that's a lot of information to have that forethought of check the bodies, get the backpack.
Yeah, it is. It's not taking anything away from 4 a.m., but it's definitely adding to the legend of Virtus.pro. The fact that they were able to have that wherewithal and managed to clutch that one out. Huge points for them as it jumps them up all the way into 4th place and right back into the mix for this first place finish. Now, Twisted Minds is still holding on to first, and they have Novo to themselves right now.
With VP up in the 4 is like they have to be here, right? This is for all intents and purposes the best of the West when it comes to EMEA teams, right? You've got your really strong teams out of sort of the regions where Twisted Minds, Navi, like they have some super teams. These guys, VP for me is the best combination of players from this side of Europe, and they should be absolutely dominating leaderboards across the board. The Crixie pickup was insane. And so that's where I kind of was watching them come into that last game. I was like, I don't know where VP's at. I need more points. I need more big moves out of them. And then they do it in game number 1, which is exciting because one more game and they're chasing Twisted Minds for the title.
You can see a little camp going on here for Team Liquid as Cerberus. They've got little meerkats poking their heads up around the coast, waiting to see if anybody's going to take advantage of them. But Falcon's actually in perfect position. And they're going to hear this boat start to make its way over here very shortly. It looks like Cerberus, though, are just going to make their way away from coast. And any shots that do come their way are going to come from a distance.
They're just trying to hide as best they can and hope no one notices them. And they get that surprise attack. Should be pretty interesting to see how this one plays out. The circle isn't 100% guaranteed to be military. I mean, it 99% should be. But there'd be a world where you could get two or three quick shifts to go north, which is why some teams haven't committed. I love that Furia is doing this really long bridge camp from 2 sides, just in case that shift does do something really weird.
There's only a few teams not making their way in. Actually, Cerberus looking like they are heading right towards Novo, and they're still looking back at the hills behind them. They're not looking at Novo in front of them, where Twisted Minds could be in perfect position. And yeah, Perfectix is going to see this boat coming, and now the rest of the boys are starting to make their way over.
Run and get ready. The crash is on. They go straight to the high ground. They die. Those early shots by blasting up onto the hill. They've got some smoke cover, and now they can move along the broken wall. Duck, dive, slide, dodge, hope to get past those bullets, and they should. Cerberus has deployed long enough now that it's going to be harder for Twisted Minds to know where they stand at this point. Is that a bike? He brought a bike with him. sneaky.
I had
like.
money, I'd buy a new BMX. DNL is going to go ahead and try to get a reposition here. See if he can maybe get a flanking angle, but I think that got read by Twisted Minds. Lou is actually going to spot out, Batula's actually spots out Zest. So that'll be a knocking it flush coming through as Cerberus trying to make her way across before the smoke had fully bloomed. So that is going to be one down now for Cerberus. And you see Stan off in the distance, but it looks like he's been spotted out as well.
It was. We immediately, the second he got on the bike, Batulin called it, and we saw, I think it was Lou jump on his motorcycle to try to counter that rotation. So he immediately flipped out to this side to not let Stan get around behind them and keep track of where he is. Really smart play. They did not hear the boat come in, I think, and that was a quick reaction by them. Now, Kraken, the trap is set. They've been waiting for this for so long. They get that knock on Delwyn right out of the gate, but this becomes a harder fight for Furia. The trap went off, but I think it was too soon. They got that flush, but now they're going to get kind of pinned down here by AL.
Well, it's not exactly helping them out because AL is getting pinched from behind now by 4 a.m. So anyone's legend in a world of hurt. Fortunately, they have not left too far away from this gas station, so they do have a little bit of hard cover to play around with. You see Moss and Destroy going for the heels, but the grenades are starting to come in from Shen and HSM. We've already seen Shen is actually on one this weekend, and he is ready to add to his already impressive kill total with a nicely placed grenade here if he can land it.
Absolutely. Bounces through.
Oh my God.
It was so hot, though. And now he locks him in with that Molotov. Says there's not much you can do as he throws it through the window. Burn, baby, burn. Him as trying to stay alive. Does not get it off in time, so he's going to get knocked. Immediately, Shen flexes around to the left side. He knows his limitations, and he's not risking it. Up on the high ground, Furia does have a ton of vision of this area as HSM comes in to try to finish off those knocks inside of the gas station.
I think Navi might be looking over here as well as to Sololzi, who was playing closer to the bridge.
You know, this all started with the Furia ambush, but ultimately became a 4 a.m. feeding fest as they were able to crash into here, finish off almost everybody from the team. BL on the high ground goes, oh man, we got no points off of that. And now they're stuck on the bridge because the other side of them is the Expendables and Na'Vi on the island already. Now the shift will go south. The island is a guarantee at this point. At 4 a.m. needs to figure out where's the last player, but also how do we cross this bridge that Furia has shown is already camped? Of course.
Who's gonna spot out U-Dirt as the Twisted Minds versus Cerberus fight continues. U-Dirt hiding behind the boat that he took to get in here, but Perfectix, what an angle. He got him underneath the boat, and that will do it for U-Dirt, as now Cerberus are down to just 2.
Yep. And then, meanwhile, Lou has flanked all the way around to the opposite side, so he's actually shooting at them from behind. And Cerberus is it doesn't really have anywhere they can go. All they can do down in Hunker as Twisted Minds groups up, lets the blue close, and says, we're either getting points or you're giving up. But those are the choices that you work with here. Meanwhile, Falcons, who weren't even on the mini-map, they've been out here for so gosh darn long. So wait for that circle to pop. They've queued up the E-pickup, and they will be coming in once they know where this next circle is going to land.
There's an extremely long rotation camp, but it is also a very good angle on this E-pickup helicopter, so it's going to take them all the way to that southwestern side. As Furia, they're going to run into the Expendables. They try to collapse on each other, and but they do catch out Tanvu by himself, but Tanvu is a menace to deal with here. As you see, he's getting some support from on high. The rest of the team is up on that radar tower. Tanvu playing from the edge, gets low, but he gets another knock. Furia, they're getting dismantled here by the solo from the Expendables.
This is incredibly well planned. Tanvu up to the high ground again. He jumps out. He's going to take fire from above. The idea is his team can cover him from the high ground. He played well in the window. Now they jump down. They had a car parked there for the quick release. Comes forward with the Panzerfaust. They want to try to get in there to get Tanvu back up if possible. Huang F opens the door with a nice throw there. Does some serious damage to Kraken. Can they push in? He pulls back out the Panzerfaust. Meanwhile, Shed has used the time to get across the road. He wants to steal this and does. Takes away the Posa kill. Quick thinking by 4 a.m. to backfill.
Yeah, this is perfect timing for 4 a.m. as they have the hills, they have the angles. Strimsy, you can see the Falcons decided to drop inside military. They did lose one, and now they're losing a multiple to T1, and they lose everybody as they tried to go for a compound that was already occupied. So Falcons out early once again.
We were gonna go to their comms, but now they're dead. So let's go back to this fight. Furia trying to survive, but Clories is leading the charge. Remember, they watched from the high ground. They saw the knock on their own teammate, and they came in force. The problem is 4AM and Twisted Minds are now coming in from two opposite sides to watch. Whoever survives this is gonna have a hard time getting out of it.
It's a Kraken. Last player left alive. You can at least waste their time a little bit. Nice shots from Duck Shoes, though, as the Kraken will have to go for a little bit of a reposition here. All of this, you see Duck Shoes. I mean, those shots were coming from on high. Tanvu, he doesn't know, and he's gonna get taken down. As a Kraken will spring the trap. Would love to be able to flush it, but I think he lost him in the smokes. Oh.
And that brings an end to the battle for 15th place as Furia is eliminated and the Expendables still sit in 16th.
Unfortunate. Well, Team Twisted Minds now trying to make their way in on the south side, but Gen G is covering this road, but they're very, very split right now. And it looks like Twisted is actually going to cut in and go a little bit north and stop down on the edge of zone. And they might actually spot out somebody from range, but I don't think that they know that Salute and Soul are as close as they are. And Batulis is going to find out the hard way, as Salute will find one. Lou is now in trouble as he is pinned up against the wall.
Salute, you are shorter than they expected to you as he surprises, catches him off guard. Example does turn on beam, but Soul gets Lou. The fight breaks out. Perfectix back on the team and trying to make a difference as they try to salvage this ambush by Gen G that has just hurt them so badly. No one is flushed yet, though. If Twisted Minds can aggressively get to their teammates for saves, it might still be playable, but Gen G now looking to finish this off, those downed players.
Oh no, two in the whip and see if they can get a little bit closer, but Soul's got the angle. Perfectix has 1 HP. Somehow they managed to get away. Look at that. He was definitely knocked down to 1 before that energy drink brought him back up, but 2 now alive for Twisted Minds as they will try to stay alive and continue to add to their point total as we get a replay of what exactly happened to the Falcons. They just ran right into the middle of a T1 split.
They just landed, yeah, exactly. T1 was holding these 2 compounds. They were unable to identify that. The cars were parked inside. It wasn't a bad drop. It just fell apart. Getting knocked right out of the gate. And then thinking that they're all over there and not in the building you landed on, probably also an easy jump to make. So unfortunate for the Falcons. They're now in 3rd place at Twisted Minds and 4AM. Above them, Twisted Minds, good news for Falcons, is limping right now. 4AM, however, has a chance to take over the lead off the back of this game if they can still stay steady and stalwart. Sure, they're outside the circle, but they got a strong edge to push in on.
Oh boy, can T1 manage to hold the defense yet again? Heather all by himself in the ATC tower. He's going to have to retreat. Luca Rux and the Twisted Minds boys trying to provide some support from range. Heather will get 2, and Navi is getting picked apart. The Expendables will go down in the end, and Navi, just like that, T1 is feasting.
Search Heather, that is a performance-enhancing thug as he wipes out all of Navi in the tower. They were like, oh, well, the Falcons died over there. We'll be fine coming into this one. But not when Heather says it's time to play. Legendary access by T1. They're going to keep moving up that leaderboard. 45, they're in 6, and they're not far from cracking that top 5.
All right, so you saw Cerberus after taking down Furia. They are still hanging out in the blue zone, but they've been hanging out a little bit too long. 4AM has managed to take a spot in front of them. So Cerberus might be in some trouble as we see Pio just playing the wall. He's looking up on the ridge line to see what he can see. Gen G is holding on to that south side, that high ground, as long as they can.
God, Heather's so good.
He hit some of the nastiest grenades, like literally 4 of the most beautiful grenades that I've ever seen. He hit back to back to back to back yesterday in that Erangel game, playing out of prison. Like, it was unreal. He is on fire right now.
He started to run away, and then he was like, nah, I got this. He's just turn back around and be like, whatever, I can handle a 2-fer. It just goes back and smokes them both. Like, his confidence, his willingness to play is impressive. But Uter catches Destroy as the regional compatriots take each other on.
Oh, I got confused, actually. I was thinking of Heaven. Heaven from Soup did the nasty grenades. But Heather, not too bad himself, as we've already seen, as Cerberus trying to make their way in. But you can see they are just starting to tick down. And yeah, buddy, this is rough. Coming in from that northwestern side. We'll see if they can at least keep 2 alive. As First Pro, once again, Hobby's in good position. Let's see if they can get some more kills off of it.
Virtus Pro is waiting. We've got a little bit of a check-in as anyone's legend tries to figure out how do we slip past Cerberus in this fight for location. Him as the last man standing wants to go around the right side here. He's committed to taking this fight. They stop at the res. It's not going to work. Uter uses that perspective to knock him out. And as things do slow down just a little bit here, we can check in with VP, who's running a 2-2 split.
I think, listen, I think
Yellow's gonna fight with your
above us. Watch out.
Looking for flash at this fire. 7, so please carry some.
I have 46.
See us down in the bunker.
Okay, then it's mid orange line. I think mid has all of this. Orange line. They're gonna fight like there, Bimi, you see?
Yeah.
Like they're coming down with cars to orange. They're coming down with cars to orange.
Yeah, they're gonna fight southwest now.
They're fighting.
They're fighting.
Wait, what then mid?
How many is Genji? Genji.
Four,
Mid
okay.
is orange line. Mid has all of the orange line.
Okay.
One guy above on orange, Bimi.
Sierra is one dead. Sierra is one dead. 3 knock.
Flash.
Sierra 2 dead.
Genji guy needs to move from orange from top. Maybe he doesn't have a car.
He has a dash, I think.
Genji is 4.
It's mid orange line, all of this. Just don't lose
They're
car in
stuck
your
in
bunker.
yellow.
Yeah, we can.
Yeah.
They're stuck in
Drone on
yellow.
yellow. But who is on top of the bunker then? It's one of CR, no?
CR.
That's wild. They're better than I am at tracking the kill feed, and I have a map feed. Like, they knew how many Gen Gs were up, how many crazy raccoons were knocked, and now Soul says, I also know how many crazy raccoons need to be knocked, and that's all of them. As he continues to fight forward, Soul is going to take a little bit of cover. Pio knocked down, but Example getting involved as well. Yuyan up to the high ground, does take Soul, but D, the newest man on the team, comes through in the end.
An example now, the last player left alive for Twisted Minds is kind of making life miserable here for Gen G. It looks like he's going to get the knock. It's going to get stolen away, and he's got Bean kind of pinned out. Unfortunately, look at what are we doing? Examples just they're killing everybody underneath cars. Look at these shots. Goodness gracious. There goes Bean. And looks like Gen G is going to be down to just 1. And I'm sure somebody from Virtus Pro knows exactly who it is that's left alive.
Example just going to keep hiding out. I mean, he's currently got the circle, and if he gets the luckiest south shift in history, he may be able to just continue sitting inside of this tower. But even if the tower shifts out, he's got last ditch. He has a few options, especially now that we see Bean go down. No one is outside of the wall, so Example can slowly work his way across to try to take out D. If he does, he can actually backfill VP. There's a possibility for him. So we'll see what Example chooses to do as he moves through the fence. VP has collapsed to the northern bunker, which means that actually D and Example both have a chance to play that backfill.
They do, but I think if you're 4 a.m., you got to be watching that and knowing that that is now free if you're looking for a space to play next. And Petrichor Road also, a sleeping giant over there on the western side, still 4 up, playing in. It looks like T1's Heather from the ATC has managed to at least get some kind of angle. But Cerberus, it looks like they might be losing everybody here. Is Zest now the last player left alive?
And you got to wonder if they know you can now dig a hole into the back of the bunker. No, I'm kidding. It would be pretty cool, though. With the changes in the pickaxe, if you could find a separate way into that entrance, it would be pretty nice to have some sort of back access, because that is the downside of the bunker in both regards. Hard to get into, but also hard to get out of.
That's actually a massive knock. Chewy onto Heather. So now Petrichor Road has a route to get into the ATC, but they take 2 knocks from Type as Type is lighting them up. But that's giving Zest now an opportunity for Cerberus to make their way in. Ian is going to come over here as well. T1 is farming as Petrichor Road is down to 2. They'll collect another point here for themselves and see if they can maybe get Heather back on his feet. No, I-26 not going to allow it. But 2 alive now for Petrichor Road.
I just felt unkind. Like they were like, Heather's done so much, we have to go take him out. Also, Ian and Type threw everything they had at saving that man, and I respect it. As I-26 V6 goes down to that blue zone, and T1 continues to defend the ATC like I've never seen in my life.
And there you go. They get their 10th kill as Example, still remaining active, trying to find a way to get across this road, but you can see Corexi's got eyes directly on him. He would love to at least maybe get D and get 1 more point for the boys before eventually succumbing to the blue. D doing the same thing here for Gen G, but yeah, the blues arrived. This is going to be asking a lot for Example here few more shots. Maybe he can get something. D just wastes his time.
They're just both accepting death with an exchange of points here. Let's go watch the fights that are like 4AM's trying to figure out how to break into VP and deal with Myth. Myth on the high ground. You can see him countering as hard as they possibly can here. Meanwhile, T1 has taken the high ground. They're trying to dig Ming out of this ATC.
Ming holding a nasty little angle there on the staircase. And just waiting. Yeah, just waiting for somebody to peek.
I think you see
like it's going to happen.
Jump out of the window. Yep.
Could do, yeah. That might be the play. Is T1 will drop one down and force Ming Ming to make the move. 4AM, meanwhile, they try to make a move, and they got to get alive. And there you go. Ming Ming's going to find one. He finds two. Ming Ming keeping it alive for Petrichor Road.
Wow. He's at 7 HP, gets to run back in, has the ATC, has boxes to loot, and is the MVP of PGS. Not really,
no, Zest.
But he looks good with that play.
Oh, you sneaky boy, Zest! He finds another one. What a great grenade, Cerberus, managing to keep the solo alive, and will collect another point, maybe a couple of points in placement as well.
It's hard. You make such an amazing, like, that was an amazing play to finish T1, and you know he's like basking in the glow of it, and then a grenade just like lands at your fleet. Ding, ding, ding. Oh man,
like,
you can tell he for sure was like, boom.
Like, no shot, there's actually somebody still over here. All right, well, Virtus Pro in fantastic position to go back-to-back here to start off the final day of this final stage, as they have Myth on top of them. We'll see what Myth can do, but Myth has to deal with the solos from 4AM and, well, 3 solos, really. 4AM, Gen G, and Cerberus all still in this, but they are all outside of the zone right now.
Yeah, DA is just really grinding for placement points at this point. They've already made up to 3rd place, which is great for them, considering Gen G did not have any benefit points coming into this event. 4AM does climb into 1st place with 1, but really it's VP. VP has the chance to get into the top 3 race unequivocally here on game 2 and make it a massive end run on the final 3 games. They've got a great spot. Their map awareness was absolutely diabolical, and with the circle shift, who can even get them out? If this should be a VP game.
It should be. By all rights, it should be. Well, Scappy's going to spot out Zest as Zest tried to make a move in the US. We'll stop down in the smoke briefly and just kind of, well, distract everybody for the time being, as D is still waiting to see if HSM will leave the top of the mountain. Well, he's got another 7 first aids to go, so he doesn't have to go anywhere just yet. But unfortunately for Zest, he has to move. So one more placement point could be picked up for both of these solos if Zest goes down.
Zest trying to find a way to get around this cleanly, but I don't know. It feels like he's about to get scrubbed out. VP looking very, very good. You got the heals going off in the blue. Everyone just trying to survive. Zest sees the blue coming, is in a pit. I think he just waits and lets it take him.
That might be the play here. Take me away. No, he's still fighting. I mean, credit to him. He's making it hard. He has a little bit of utility left to go, and he's going to outlive HSM. So that's another point picked up for Zest as Cerberus now climbs into 11th place. Can he outlive D? That is the question. D has got him pretty much picked out here. The shots are going to come out. Gets about half HP, but not able to get the knock.
Do not go slowly into that night, says both of them. D actually, ironically, shooting at the one person. He desperately needs to die if he wants to pick up this extra point. So he's playing with his back very close to the blue. Zest doing the same thing. It feels like VP has sort of just said, all right, you guys figure it out between the two of you. He's gone back to their little bunker.
I mean, credit to Zest. Like, he's using grenades. He's out of smoke, so he's like, let me grenade myself a little hole to play in, but Beamy will spot him out. So D will collect another placement point here for Gen G, as Myth and Virtus Pro are just kind of waiting for D to go away so they can put their full attention towards each other. D will, he's going to lose the pack now, and this is most likely him. Yep, signaling that he is going down to the blue.
He basically, all right, guys, you handle this. And now Myth and VP have to face off. It's a world where VP could have a heal off for the second time in a row if Myth is passive and doesn't jump down here, because you can't push up there. They're kind of locked into this spot if they've got the high ground, but there's not a good way to get in, right? As long as the guys sit at the back, your mollies, they just don't matter. So honestly, without a C4, I don't know how you get in or out of this situation. Honestly, check some dead bodies for blues. Go send some runners out there made in Thailand and see if maybe D's got something you can use.
Yeah, and I mean, to be honest, the center dot is outside of the bunker, but I mean, you see what's outside of the bunker. It's a whole bunch of nothing. It might as well just be everything's going to finish here right on the edge of the bunker.
I'd have one guy standing on the edge and the other guy healing behind me. Oh, they get the car queued up. It's a fake. It's a fake. They wanted to see him shoot at it. Oh my God, you guys are hilarious.
Oh, they're trying to get a read on exactly what the positions are for these guys. Like, and Myth is just not biting at all. It's just not a single shot has been fired. They're like,
they should have studied with Gunner on how to
that.
get those fish to bite, because right now they're geniuses, and now they have no more cars. Oh my God,
We'll see what Virtus Pro decides to do here, as Myth is giving them absolutely nothing. But I think you get a pretty decent idea. I mean, you got to assume high ground, there's going to be people watching you from both sides, and there's probably another person looking from another angle. But it's just a question of how quickly can you pick them up, and how quickly can you, how quick are your flicks, man? How quick can you hit those headshots?
They got one more car to throw some bait out here. We got some flashes coming in. They're implying that the push is going to happen, but Kiss, stalwart, just standing. His job is pure anchor man magic as he will hold this position. Go ahead, throw some. I like this, smoking his teammates to get close in so they can try to toss some grenades off the bank, but also guaranteed they have the circle.
I would actually like to see them maybe smoke out VP inside of the bunker and force them to come out that way and make their way through the smokes. As you see, the Molotovs are going to do a lot of damage. They're going to get them low. The blue zone has arrived. That first one will get Correxy. Another one's going to go down to Baron. Jacob in perfect position, and VP, it might be asking a little bit too much. There you go. Myth will finally collapse and take the win.
And VP is Myth busted, as they had a great spot and a great lockdown, but they did not take the top quite fast enough. They come from above, kiss of death over the edge, and it is a great win for a team that desperately needed the points. James and Blank, yet another end game that was unexpected across the board.
Gosh, that was gruesome. Just holding them. Oh, I wince in pain. You see at the top, it's like, yeah, it's 50-50, guys, by the percentage. No, it's not. Not at all. Blank, that was brutal to watch for Virtus Pro.
Looks like we're going to lose this game, guys. From inside. But yeah, no, it's a tough match. It's a tough match, right? Not what you do. I respect they had some fun with the vehicles.
Oh my God,
that was
perfect.
Now joining us is Beamy. More Beamy.
GG, man, that was epic.
Oh dear me, yeah, but that was tough stuff, and tough stuff in general throughout this game, right? We start things off with a hot drop first, and as Poppy said, Poro, like, this is another game, but after that we get that urban ending where I just didn't expect it to be happening.
Yeah. I mean, it's weird because, you know, given the Circle 1, like, you kind of assumed that everybody knew it was going to go over to Military Island, but still, teams, because the plane was so far south and forced everybody kind of right on top of each other, we just saw so many early game fights. And then, I mean, what do you do here if you're Falcons? They tried to go, it was ambitious for sure. Like, you have no opportunity to scout this from the air, and unfortunately for them, like, T1 just perfectly on time, not only for them but also for Na'Vi.
Yeah, T1 was on an absolute ram raid here throughout these teams. Heather absolutely popping off as well. There was an amazing moment where Ming does clean them up despite that C4 going down their toppy. So as much as T1 had a great time there, Ming was able to eventually dispatch of them.
Well, and Ming came in like, he basically pulled a Heather on Heather and the boys. Like, played really well, did a nice little juke around the outside, knew that the C4 wasn't going to be a problem, played them on the retreat. Like, it was a master's class in movement, and a Ming that I haven't seen in a minute, it feels like. So it was really nice to see. And then, of course, you get to that end game. VP just got locked up. There were too many teams on the outside. VP took that spot knowing that it is a win condition, and at worst, you walk out with a second or third place and a pile of kills to go along with it. So VP, despite not getting the chicken dinner, 6 kills in a second off the back of that quick rotation early on, they're going to be stoked on that.
Yeah, I think they're going to be very happy. You're right. As much as you say, you know, guys, during the cast that, yeah, they've gone fishing with the cars or whatever. Made in Thailand was dynamite fishing. I think that's illegal in most places because it was just disgusting at the end. But it does move them up into 5th place here for Made in Thailand. And Virtus Pro, off 2 games, jumps to the podium and 4 Angry Men overtakes Twisted Minds Blank. This is some wild stuff.
It's insane. It really is insane. It's a close finals. Very, very fun. Sadly for Falcons, they dropped down towards 6th place there. Oh, man. If only they knew that C block was open, it might have been a very different story. Me and Kale were laughing behind the scenes as they dropped between 4 separate teams. It was pretty much a death sentence from there. Kiss getting themselves 563 damage done there. I mean, for Myth, they are on the up and up, and I think they are looking good today. Like I said at the start, you know, it felt like a one-man show across the board in some of the other matches. They are lighting up altogether with the squad right now.
I thought I could call maybe a winner yesterday, considering what we were watching, Toffees. But now, no. 3 games left. No, I can't call a winner anymore.
I mean, we showed up today with Myth in 10th place with 24 points. Like, and after this game, they're going to be actually in that race for the winner. So you see the man of the match goes to Kiss. But honestly, that to me came down, if you're giving the man of the match to Myth in general, they played that really well as a team. Kiss, like, sending out the smokes to send his team forward, to make VP believe they had to go, to calling the Molotov hold until the bitter ends so that VP could not push out in front of the blue. Just a ton of awareness. And even the molly spread that they said, he called mollies and they knew where they were going to drop them. It wasn't the risk of triple mollying one spot. They spread them across the entire front line. So their planning and execution was gorgeous, and all of these teams are now very close to the top.
That's why I love watching our top teams play. They're all really playing so well, and it's been a nail biter in these first 2. Let's hear from Nixie from Virtus Pro, who's been 1st and 2nd here throughout these first 2 games. A man of few words. Thank you very much, Nixie and Bella, for joining us.
We already had one interview with one of the players from Virtus Pro. Maybe we can get... Why would you want
Blank,
more?
anything? Corexy, anything to say about that? No, you don't want to do? All right. I'm getting word that we do have sound now, so let's check in with Nixie.
Hi guys, it's Phil. I'm standing here with VP's Nixie. Hey, good to see you, Nixie. Well, today seems to be going well for you. You got the first chicken, almost got it the second time too. How's today going for so far on your end?
I mean, we've been pretty good zones. We're getting pretty good zones, but we're also playing pretty well. We're just talking good as a team. We're communicating very well, so I would say it's going pretty good so far.
And we have to talk about the last fight that happened just now. You were trapped in the bunker with the kiss of death staring down on you. Like, what were the comms like? What were you guys talking about?
So basically, we knew that the zone is going to be outside, so we're just thinking, okay, how do we... Like, we were just thinking, like, how do we play out? And there was, like, multiple things happening, multiple things going on. And we just had to choose one. It's like, okay, let's just do this one. If it works, it works. It doesn't. They have way better position than us. But, yeah, I mean, that's pretty much it. There's not much we can do.
I was just waiting for a miracle to happen, but maybe next time. All right, thank you, Nixie, and best of luck to you.
Yeah, of course, a tough position to be in there towards the end. Thank you, Bella. Thank you, Nixie, here for the interview. And as you say, even pros in that scenario, Poro, are like, how do you solve this? And sometimes there is no solution.
No. I mean, it's sometimes you may have something left in the bag that you can pull out and just come up with something interesting. But like, I mean, you can see that the double car send was kind of the end of their bag of tricks right there when they knew they were pretty much pinned down.
All right, it's break time. When we return, we have got ourselves 3 more games. It's a nail biter, as I say. It's super close. We'll see you in a few.
You know? Oh, I feel like Sheila's too tall.
Hi guys, it's Bella. I'm sitting down here with S2G to play some shooting challenge. We'll give you 5 bullets, and the one that gets the most points has to tell the loser what kind of dance to do today. Are you excited?
Yeah.
So the small bottles are 2 points. Big bottle is 1 point. Okay, Sheila is up first, and it's harder than. Here he goes. Oh, you know. Oh, I feel like Sheila's too tall. Oh, good job. Oh, what?
Just chill, guys.
Okay, 3 points.
3 points.
Oh, loading. Oh.
Nereye gitti?
Oh.
Cebinde çıkarıyor ya. Tam Karadeniz uşağı.
Ooh. Oh. That is crazy. He is currently in the lead. How many bottles?
3.
3?
Bu adamın adı neydi senin?
That was a very clean shot. Oh. Oh. At the moment, 2 points each, right?
Baktığın yere gidiyor mu lan?
Plaza, let's go.
Hayır.
Oh, oh. Whoa.
Abi tam arasından geçiyor.
Oh, 4 points. Okay, and now let's find out. Oh, okay, already. Whoa. I'm okay, that was amazing. Keppa, please sit. Keppa won, and I'm sad to inform you that Cici has to take the dance that Keppa chooses.
İyi istiyorsan Gangnam Style yap. Gangnam Style yap.
Gangnam Style.
Let's go.
Everyone say bye. Thank you for joining me today. It was wonderful, and I'll see you at the next one. Say bye with me.
If you were Twisted Minds Falcons and Genji coming into day 2, you were laughing. You were loving the leaderboard, but just 2 games changed everything. Now we have got ourselves yet another 3 or 4 teams bouncing on up to the top here to make these next 3 games very, very spicy indeed for PGS4. Welcome back, ladies and gents. It's time. We've got 3 more. Yes. Considering how close it is at the top here, Toffees, it's looking really good to round out the tournament.
It is. It's looking really good. But I can't get over Myth, who came in today in 10th with 24 points and is now sitting there with 5th place at 55. So that does 2 things. That says, A, there's still some other teams who can really get themselves into this hunt. B, it tells me the top teams really went home and just sat on their butts and didn't really prepare enough or something, or everybody else got better. And C, it tells me the Pubg's Nations Cup is coming up on June 23rd, and you should check it out. 24 participating countries. We've got one of the best Canadian teams in history. Veterans who've been grinding nonstop are going to be there. It's going to be incredible, man. I think this is going to be a really good event.
I agree with most of that. Yeah, so of course, tune into Nations Cup coming on up here. Should we fingers crossed for Canada? Yes, I think so. That's fair to say. All fingers and toes crossed for the boys. But Rondo coming up here, Poro, as we get into things. All I need now, Poro, is for Na'Vi to somehow do silly Na'Vi things and join the top pack as well. What do you think?
I mean, it felt like they had an opportunity a couple of times. Like they were in a good position in that Tego game that ended in the urban finish. But it's, you know, urban finish. You never know what's going to happen, right? But it's weird. You know, we came into this thinking like, okay, well, if any of these top teams take control in this first couple of games, it might be all she wrote. But the situation has not presented itself very well for Twisted Minds, as they have been kind of like, you know, you get the urban finish and then you get the Millie Island. So the PUBG gods are not smiling very fondly on the teams that came in the top today.
And even when you look at 4am, having coming into this game here, Blank, right? They actually are stuck on the side of that East Bridge and then somehow still overtook Twisted Minds here. They're playing lights out even though they're in hard positions.
Yeah, they're very much finding these really, really cool rotational spots inwards. And then they have the chops on them to kind of pull it off towards the end here.
All right, gentlemen, time to go into Rondo. 3 more games remain here before we round things out for PGS4. Toffees, Poro, settle away for a moment as we'll bring you back right on after this game here to talk about everything that's gone down. As we have match number 8, it's going to be me and Blank here bringing you it, and we have that plane path heading straight over Tex Track and Neox Factory for our game 8.
Yeah, very much a central little plane path here for everyone. Hopefully a nice start as well for some of our squads. Not too south, maybe somewhere towards the center. We'd like to see a little bit of a change of scenery for our final rondo here of the tournament of PGS 4. Teams are jumping out nice and early. Got Falcons all the way up towards the north side of the map, actually. Probably going to wrap around a little bit here on this one, past Nanshuan.
Maybe even loop there, just to be able to get going as well. I mean, it's going to be early. They know that there's no parachutes heading over that way on that split too. So it would be okay, as I don't think anybody's going to be challenging the usual Twisted Minds and Na'Vi position over on Test Track and Neox. Nobody wants to be going for some crazy hot drops to start things off. Petrichor Road has been one of the teams that actually found themselves in some cheeky hot drop spots and scenarios on Rondo in the past, but they're not exactly a title contender just yet with only the 38 points. As Na'Vi and Twisted Minds dropping alongside one another, they know the deal though. It's very rare they challenge each other on this kind of spot, but they are going for that Pico. They're very close to one another. Uh-oh, you got to get out. Yep, you run away. You got to dance, but there's going to be guns in the hands soon here for Na'Vi.
Boostig lets him live. There is a pistol up top right now. Looking down over towards Perfectix, and Hakatori is the type of player that can hit these shots. He gets around the side and air shot as he comes down. But yeah, you got to chase this one. He is full broadside at the moment, and Twisted Minds aren't quite there to assist.
No, they're not. I thought maybe they were going to be able to get a gun and try and find a spot. He just needs to actually buy time for him to maybe come around. But no, it's going to be the case that's unusual. We don't. There you go. Those are the shots that I was talking about, right? You expose yourself. The thing is for Na'Vi, though, is that they can get this res off much quicker than Twisted Minds can. So this is messy and not common at all between these two teams.
Yeah, this is a bit of a weird one right now. And again, for Twisted Minds, who are right at the top side of the lobby, this is not what you want to see. And Ferris will be able to grab him out. This is a little bit of a tough blue chip to pick up here. It shouldn't be out of the realms of possibility right now for Twisted Minds. Batu with a nice little K9 shot across the way, but it looks like Na'Vi's going to head straight back on over. I don't know if they picked up that chip. It was in the middle of the road. Maybe they didn't want to expose themselves too much there. But yeah, Twisted Minds down to 3 right at the beginning of the game. And I'll tell you what, it is a central circle. So we can all rest easy.
I will say, if you really had to figure out who's at fault there, out of those two teams in terms of that fight going down, it is Twisted Minds. They kind of bit off more than they can chew, right? Like going for that Pico, which is ahead, just slightly ahead of Neox Factory on that drop. That, in theory, in terms of this gentleman's agreement that they've had in regionals as well as internationals when they've dropped in these spots, that's Na'Vi territory. So that was a bit cheeky there by Twisted Minds to try and go for that Pico.
Yeah, I mean, Perfectix, he's been watching the games, but he hasn't been playing them. Maybe he doesn't know. Right.
All right.
He's not signed the contract just yet between the two squads. But yeah, I think for Perfectix, it is a little bit out of the ordinary to try and go for that one. I think he realized, and I think there was a moment where he could have pulled off as well, right? He could have swung towards that right side. Yes, he risked getting shot out of the air, but guns aren't in hands just yet, and it was just a pistol. Either way, you imagine Twisted Minds should be able to get their final player back up again. If they don't, it's a little bit disastrous for their point scoring. But you talked about Petrichor Road before, right? And they're in 10th place. They have 38 points. Funnily enough, they are just one big win away from getting up towards the top 5, even the top 3 if they really wanted to. I think that it is insane. This is a really, really close tournament we've got here. A fantastic set of teams to join us in this final stage.
Your first PGS Blank, and I know that we were talking after PEC and you were loving the level of play. How are you loving PGS so far?
It's
your
different.
first one.
It's different, right? It's a very different playing field. I think PEC, you do get a little bit more of those hype moments alongside with PAS as well, right? PWS too. But I think when you watch this, you really do get to feel like the level of skill and the amount of, it's not actually the amount of respect between these squads. Myth in that last game, Diamond Hands on the top side, not budging a muscle because they didn't want to give away position. Like these matches mean so much to these squads. It's been fun. It has been extremely fun.
I'm glad you're getting to experience it as well with us. We've got ourselves these final highlights from Kiss as well, just holding out. I mean, you were definitely going to get some guaranteed MVP points for that game, or man of the match points from that game, considering how easy it was going to be to hold out. One of the best teams in the world, Invertus Pro, who'd taken the bunker. But I mean, The thing is, when Virtus Pro takes those kinds of spots as well, they know the potential of, you know, being one of those bunkers, will definitely get you to the late game if the circles bear down.
Yeah.
But they knew that if any team had moved in above them, it was always going to be difficult. So, yeah, it's tough.
Yeah, they fired up the tragedy on the old DVD box, right? That's the thing. They knew what they were getting. They knew what they were getting in for, right? It was going to be a tragedy in the end. But Nixie's smiling. He knows what they're going for. And a first place into a second place, that is a fantastic result for Virtus Pro. Again, we were talking at the beginning of the day that we want to see a bit more out of Virtus Pro. This is the team that's just coming hot off the back of PGS3 and also performed really well in their regionals. I wanted to see more from this squad, and they're showing up today. Yesterday, there was a lot of chasing of circles, which made sense. Some of those were nasty. But yeah, this is the blue chip retrieval, 100%.
Yeah, I guess Na'Vi well, actually, I was about to say Na'Vi had no interest in taking it, but I think they couldn't go and expose themselves up against that solar panel, right? Because they knew that, technically speaking, Hakatori had already been knocked. They didn't want to take the risk of going there, getting the blue chip, and then walking away. So it's very methodical here, is Twisted Minds, to be able to pick up that blue chip and get them good back to go. As of all teams to be able to do something, Na'Vi to start off with a kill, and then I'm saying, oh yeah, is this now the moment where Na'Vi just decides to show up the last couple of games of a turn? Maybe that's the catalyst. I don't know though.
Does feel bad for Lou a little bit, fighting against Ghosts there, as he makes the cross. Na'Vi's nowhere to be seen. But luckily, with the circle being so central, they've got plenty of time to keep looting up around Neox Factory, around Test Track, get more of those smokes on board, as well as get Perfectix back into the game, though. He will have a little bit of a late start. He's had a bit of a snooze at the desk for 7 minutes.
I do like as well he had a EMT gear on board when he's making that cross, like truly the medic play.
Yeah.
Like it's not going to do anything for him in that moment, just getting a blue chip, but he really was like, send him out there. Poor guy.
Yeah, they made sure. They made sure. With Anyone's Legend in a fairly decent central position at the moment, we play off the back of this one. Virtus Pro also coming in from that south side. They are slowly working their way in all the way from Hongshan on that south side. Myth are close behind though. Might cause some problems later on for this squad, though we do have to talk about the Falcons. Today has been a little bit awkward, right? And I don't think you can blame them all that much. There has been some moments where it's just not felt like they had much control over these circles, much control over how to get into position. I know yesterday they were talking about trying to be a little bit more aggressive in towards these matches. Yesterday was a bit of a salvage. First game was a bit of a salvage run. Second game, it was like lights out. They'll watch back the VODs and be so frustrated they didn't take C block because it was opened. Instead, they opted to drop in the middle of 4 squads.
He's still smoking.
What the heck?
so we smoked, we spent like 4 or 5 smokes to get the chip, and now we're spending 2 to cover it. I mean, yeah, they're crossing all the T's and dotting all the I's, right? They don't want to take any risks whatsoever. At the same time here, T1 doesn't want to take any risks against Team Liquid. We'll back on off from that. I think maybe they want a bit more of a long-range fight instead of straight running into them.
He's hearing demons. You can just hear the whispers of Hakatori.
Nightmares.
He's done it. My God, he's done it. Well done. Gets Perfectix back up, and he'll be in for the next zone here, getting themselves back into position and get some loot on board. Team Liquid, this team at this point in time, I'm not sure how much more they can get done. It is so close on the leaderboards, though, that I can't really count anyone else out at this point in time. I think for the area, damn the Expendables, maybe I can a little bit. I think for those guys, over 3 matches and the track record, it's a little bit easier for me to say I don't think these guys are getting a podium.
Yeah, it's a toughie. Very tough in a lobby like this. It's the perfect timing on the res here for Perfectix as well, because he gets that first res timer off, therefore they knew they had a little bit of time that they could buy before they really needed to get Perfectix back up. You can see the timer as the game is unfolding, and now he can get back to Test Track and Neox Factory and get completely looted up again. So it's not the most disastrous thing, only the fact that Na'Vi's taken 1 point away and been able to, I guess, get themselves going much faster than Twisted Minds, who I guess would have liked to. Because the thing is that actually, now that I think about it, Twisted Minds does move quite quickly normally from Test Track, so this has definitely slowed down their game.
100%. And I mean, for Twisted Minds, they're a team that really likes to play in from that edge sometimes and pick themselves out some nice spots. And they've already suffered because of it on this next circle that drops down towards that south side.
Sure.
A little bit of an awkward central position on this circle with the valley that sits in it. I think right now Virtus Pro get themselves into a fairly good position up on high. They can play off the back of that one.
So we still have Made in Thailand trying to make the run for it themselves in this last day. They kind of did towards PGS1 in that first circuit as well. They made a really good run of it, but were stifled by the Chinese teams. Himas takes down Spiro. So I guess Karma's come back to bite them here, unfortunately, as now they've lost one at least. Team Liquid pulling up against the Anyone's Legend compound at the moment, as there are some reinforcing shots from Fury of all teams shooting their way whilst they're trying to breach. That means the Team Liquid's going to be forced into a quicker fight than they may have liked here against Anyone's Legend.
4am though, an important team to be keeping an eye on right now. Spaceman opens up with a Panzerfaust over towards Glass as Crazy Raccoons crashes into them now. Not a team you want to see crashing in towards you. Petty Cody can't get in the window, continues to take shots, has to drop down to the deck, and in the meantime, Salolzi will find an initial nade over towards Luke.
What a really unfortunate place for that car to have ended up, right? If you'd have crouched, maybe got through there, but it's very, very difficult when you're also being shot at the same time. Yeah. It's going to spend time in an animation here to try and make that work, and then it's deadly. But Cowboy now sends a nade forwards. There's a little bit of chipping damage against them. These smokes are covering them for a little bit, but he's scared to move out into some of the open areas here, just in case some more shots are going to be coming against him from other teams, still looking down upon this bowl, upon this compound.
Yeah, Fury's a bit of a problem here, and they're starting to encircle this too. Like Sharks in the water at the moment, looking to bite down over towards Team Liquid. I mean, nice bit of juicy steak here on the side of Cowboy would be lovely for the Sharks and Furia, who are looking for this. Twisted Minds, like you say, did wrap over towards the southeast edge. Petchko Road also losing Chewy. This is over towards that south side. They're playing around the unplayable on that pillar.
Double
What
blue.
is Furia doing? They're fighting everyone.
Yeah, they're on a mission right now. I don't know how well it's going to go because they're being shot at by Petrichor Road, and actually DraftKings does run down Chewy. I guess maybe they got a knock and then just like wanted to go for the run over and then move away from it. They're thinking that was a guaranteed kill, so that's worked out. Oh, but that's a great Panzer here from Salolzi Delwyn as well with another nade. This is going to be all on Purdy Curdy, but it's not going to be anything as Himas comes around the corner, finishing off with the M4. That is Anyone's Legend. Great hold by them.
It's a bit of a quiet demise coming through from Team Liquid there. Nice nade, though, from Pio over towards Spaceman. If he's the double that gets sent in, the second bit of burst damage will take him down. Shen still up and alive.
Did our experts pick Twisted Minds for every game?
I think they did, yeah.
Okay. Well, it's a good pick normally. As Julian here taking quite a bit of damage as well from 0-4. Has to get behind the building, but at the same time, this pressure is going on a lot here. Winter coming around the corner against Pio here, Blank.
Winder has been a real phenomenal player going through the 4am. Not the expected player for the team, but certainly one of the players putting in the most work for the squad alongside him and Shen. Inonix moves in. It's a great switch on the shotgun. The sawed off will certainly saw through the guys on 4am. And as a Panzer on Qyon, he gets taken down. It's off center. And 4am will take down the Crazy Raccoons.
Oh, tough stuff. All right, circle shifts, and now we do actually have Falcons comms over on that west side. They're going to have to chase circle. Let's check in and see what they're up to.
The DNS is on green. Fuck, bro. You guys have any play in mind here?
I mean, can Tech just see like mortar somewhere random on yellow and we can just drive there?
I mean, we can maybe do 17 setup on orange line.
Probably gonna be taken. I think we should drive yellow. I think we should drive yellow waypoint right now and have Tech mortar something in yellow.
There's gonna be a fight on our north right now. Sounds like they're fighting by Yuleland. I think there's gonna be chaos to play off. I do not want to dive middle right now.
Okay. There's a guy on green though.
I hear lots of shots by blue waypoint.
On the sea behind us.
Yeah, I think they wrapped north around us. I don't see them.
Okay.
I'm not 100% though. I saw a...
I'm watching for him drive now.
Left, leaving banana compound.
If 4am full leaves banana, we should just backfill it and slow play up the ridge. It's really good for us. We should.
Yeah, I like that.
Wait,
where did they
you guys
go?
like playing the east? They went deep into the circle.
A big debate there. A lot of options available to them. They've realized that, of course, the pillar has left that position as 4AM went south into the compound. Maybe that is their entry point, but I like the idea, Blank, that they were okay with playing edge and maybe third-partying some fights there, because sending center, I think, was not going to be the way for them.
Yeah, I mean, where they were pinging, it was directly between two lines of sights of Virtus Pro. That would have been a death sentence. But yeah, they saw Petrichor Road, send it fast over towards that eastern side off the back of pillar. So it's going to try and take that one. Kickstart is moving quickly now on the western side, but yeah, 4AM sees him and are looking for him. They need to reinforce that position if they can from pillar side. Here's a quick replay coming through from Baron. Does get a nice shot from the air on the glide. Not for Corey. A tactical descent.
Oh, they was being watched by Nixie as well. Oh gosh, that's rough. That is very rough indeed. But yeah, there was an interesting moment. I just saw Kickstart, running, and then 4AM was following him completely as 4-man. So I think maybe Falcons is a little bit scared about that potential chase continuing on. But seems like 4AM is wrapped just north anyway off the back of that compound that they were in. So at the same time, in that north side here, DN Supers as well as T1 have been chasing each other constantly. Type starts things off against them here. Takes